Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome to the NRL 2025 All-Stars review. The All-Stars game has finally ended. It felt like the game went for about 5 hours because they played in quarters for some reason. I don't know why they did that. I mean, it was only 22 degrees in Sydney. It wasn't that hot down there. It was actually quite cool. Um, and they played in quarters, and it was just a muck around. But anyway, we'll get into that very soon. But guys, if you're new around here, do not forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate that if you could subscribe to the channel, guys. And thank you very much for tuning in for your Saturday night review for the All-Stars game. Obviously, the Maori All-Stars getting the win. 10 points to 6. Bit of a I won't lie, guys. I'll be honest with you. I thought the game was really disappointing. It was a poor game. I thought it was scrappy. I thought it was boring. I thought the quality was terrible. I know it was the first game of the season for some of these players, but I thought this game was horrendous. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the All-Star game. I look forward to it every year. I think it's great that both of these teams represent their culture, and it's a great concept, but the quality just wasn't good. The quality of the game just wasn't there. Hello to the live chat. Hello to Ryan. Hello to Josh, Sami, Luke Melbourne Storm fan, Bosky, William Pearson, Lockie, Gene, Rishi, Jason, Rita. We've got Ali in the live chat. Disappointed there wasn't a send-off on the Jesse McLean tackle. There was a couple of tackles in that game where I thought they were going to be sin bins, but they weren't. So a little bit surprising that the referee let a lot go tonight. I mean, if you go back and watch it, the last 10 seconds of the game, how Jazz Tavaga wasn't sin bin is beyond me. That was a round 15 game on a Sunday afternoon. He is in the bin for all money. But yeah, let's talk about the game. I mean, obviously, not a whole lot to go over, so this might actually be a quick live stream tonight, guys. This review might not be as long as normal, so just a heads up. This review could be finished in 8 minutes, to be honest. There's not much to go over. So obviously, Josh Curran was denied the first try. Apparently, the hammer interfered with one of the Maori players where apparently he grabbed onto his shirt. Oh, there wasn't much in that. I thought that was a tough call. I thought Josh Curran's no try was a really tough decision. I thought the hammer was just going for the ball, to be honest, but pretty tough decision in my opinion. So no try to Josh Curran. Obviously, that they were playing in quarters, and I hate when they play in quarters. I really do. If it was 32 degrees or something, if it was 30 to 32 degrees in Sydney, I'd understand why they'd play quarters, but it was less than 25 degrees down there. Why wouldn't you play the 240 minutes? Just crazy to me. Anyway, so we get to half time and it's 0-0. And for me, it felt like the game was starting to open up. There were a couple of opportunities where I thought there was going to be a try, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. There were some opportunities there for both teams to get some early points in that first half, but I think there was one where Tyrone Munro should have scored, but Kalen Ponga with a try saver. I think there was another one where Keanu Kinney should have scored, but he fell short of the line. There was another one. I think it might have been the number 13, Peru. I think it was held up over the line. So there was a couple of unlucky no tries. So we get to the first try of the game, and it's early in the second half. Shaq Mitchell ends up spinning his way over to the try line and scoring. If you backed Shaq Mitchell at 51-1, congratulations. I I don't think many people would have had that. But Shaq Mitchell ends up scoring the first try of the game. The Indigenous All-Stars go to a 6-0 lead, and they were looking like they were going to score again. And actually, it was a couple minutes later, the Hammer was denied a try because they put up a bomb, and then I think they all missed it. And then I think Khan Pereira accidentally hit the ball with his forearm, and it obviously led to a knock on. And then the Hammer picked it up, and we thought he scored, but it was no try. Unfortunately for the Hammer. And then obviously the Maori All-Stars, they finally found some points down that right-hand side through Jesse Arthurs, ends up scoring for the Maoris. The conversion was unsuccessful, and it was still 6 points to 4 in favour of the Indigenous All-Stars. Then we get to the three-quarter time, and it felt like both teams had at least one or two tries in them. And then a bit of luck, honestly. A bit of luck. Another kick. And then I think the ball got tapped back or something. And Jacob Laban from the New Zealand Warriors ends up scoring out wide for the Maori All-Stars. Again, when it comes to these games, you will take your own luck. Jacob Laban scores a very, I guess you could say a lucky try if you want. He ends up scoring. Maori All-Stars get the 10-6 and they're in front. And then the Indigenous All-Stars, right? Brent Naden with about 2 minutes to go. I thought he scored in the corner. And then, everyone thought he scored in the corner. But watching it live, I knew his feet were very close to that touchline. And I'm obviously looking back on the replay, Brent Naden's foot was out before he put the ball down. So it wasn't no try. Unlucky for them. And then there was an intercept from Tyrone Munro, I think it was. It was so bizarre. And then the Indigenous All-Stars had an opportunity to try and level the game and win it. Obviously, they threw the ball around there at the end. Jazz Tavaga deliberately holding down for about, I don't know how long. It felt like forever. Tavaga should have been sin binned, but he wasn't. And then they throw the ball. I think Jaden Campbell gets it. And he throws it back onto the left-hand side. And then I think Brian Kelly makes a run, tries to offload, can't do it, gets tackled with the ball. And that's pretty much the game right there. The Maori All-Stars end up winning 10 points to 6. Definitely a disappointing game. I know there's a lot of people on social media that are saying, it was a great game because it was close. But the game felt like it dragged on forever. I didn't expect it to be a 10 out of 10 game. And I knew both teams would be a bit rusty because it's the first time some of these players are playing NRL this season or playing their first rugby league game of the new year. But the quality wasn't great. The game wasn't great. It was a slow game, lots of errors. The conditions weren't great because the surface at CommBank was very dewy, and that's what happens when you play CommBank at night time. Now, if this game was at 3 o'clock this afternoon or at 5 p.m. this afternoon, I guarantee you we would have had some points. We might have been looking at a 24-20 sort of scoreline or a 26-22, a much more entertaining scoreline for everyone. And I think when it comes to the All-Star game, guys, because there's a lot of entertaining players that want to throw the ball around, I feel like they need to move the fixture to a daytime time slot going forward. Have this game be at like 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We saw a couple of years ago when the All-Star game was over in New Zealand. It was a 3 o'clock kickoff here in New South Wales. It was a 5 o'clock in New Zealand. And I think the score was like 34-30 or 30-26, whatever the score was. Can't remember exactly what the score was, but it was a high quality, entertaining game of footy. I know the conditions at CommBank were not fantastic, but I think I was hoping for a bit more. I was expecting a little bit too much, maybe. Maybe that's what the problem is. But I just think the quality of the game wasn't good. Obviously, there were a lot of players that did their heritage very proud, and it was good to see. Now, there were a couple of players that I am going to give a bit of criticism to, because there were a couple of players out there tonight that I thought were terrible. And we'll start with the Indigenous All-Stars. I thought the halfback, Nawahu Peru, I thought he was terrible. I don't think he was any good. I think he's the Sharks backup half. I can't remember. I think he is. He was terrible tonight. Josh Kerr was terrible. The other Peru wasn't too bad. Tallis Duncan, who I'm a big fan of, and I think Tallis Duncan as a rugby league player is going to be very good, but he was shocking tonight. Tallis Duncan had an absolute stinker of a game. He was not good. I thought Blake Steep as well, probably not great. And Jacob Sykes, the number 20, he had a shocker, man. He had a shocker. As for the Maori All-Stars, who I thought was average, I thought Hiroti was meh. I thought Nikorima was really disappointing. Who else was there? Royce Hunt was shit. Sorry for the language, guys. Jordan Ricky, terrible. Jazz Tavaga, man. Look, I don't hate Jazz Tavaga, but I'll tell you, man, he's becoming one of those players that they're really hard to like. Tavaga was really dirty out there tonight, man. Now, the good players for the Indigenous All-Stars, I thought the Hammer was good. I thought Jaden Campbell tried really hard out there. I thought Connor Watson was good. I liked the performance of Dylan Lucas and Josh Curran. I thought they were both very good. I thought Brent Naden had a very good game. Jacob Alec was very solid. For the Maori All-Stars, I thought Ponga was good. I thought Dane Gagai had some good moments in that game. Charles Nickel-Klukstad, I thought wasn't too bad at 5'8". Fisher Harris wasn't too bad. Probably could have been a bit more in the game, but I don't think it was terrible. Keanu Kinney, very good performance from Keanu Kinney. Blokes a machine. Xavier Wilson and Zach Clay were good. Curtis Morin had some good moments as well. So, yeah, there were a lot of good players out there, and there were a lot of disappointing players, but that's footy. That's just how it goes. If I had to give you a player of the game, and it's hard to do it because I thought the quality of this game just wasn't great, but I thought Keanu Kinney was outstanding, guys. I know he had 2 errors, I think, off bombs or unlucky mistakes where the ball was all over the place, but I thought Keanu Kinney was very good in this game. So I'm going to give him the player of the game. I thought he was really good out there for the Maori All-Stars. I thought he was solid as. But, guys, that might wrap up the review. Like I said, not going to be a long one. Anyway, just going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review, guys. Have a fantastic night. And, yeah, see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.